Welcome to my second edition of Top 5. On this week's Top 5, I'm doing the Top 5 video game series of all time. Okay, now this is not just individual video games, this is the Top 5 video game series, okay? So, for number 5, I picked The Sims. And the reason I picked The Sims is because it's one of the best best-selling PC games of all time. I mean, I don't even know how many copies were sold, but I know it was massive, okay? And this game, it really brings out your creativity. It allows you to create these people, these families, and then you get to control every little aspect of their lives. And it's basically like you're playing God, okay? You're playing God, and you get to control everything in your Sims' lives. They're just like simulated people is what it is. It's a life simulation is exactly what it is. You know, you get to have relationships, romances, have kids, whatever. I have not played the latest Sims game, The Sims 3. Not played that one. I'm sure it's good. But, you know, the other games I've played, The Sims and The Sims 2 plenty, and they're extremely addictive. I mean, a lot of serious gamers, they don't even try out The Sims just because they don't think it's worthy of trying, but it's really addictive, and it's become so popular just because you really don't have to be a serious gamer to get into it. Whether you play video games on a regular basis or not, you can enjoy The Sims. So that's why I picked it as number 5. Number 4 video game series of all time is Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Now, the reason I only put this at number 4, even though the original Knights of the Old Republic game is one of my very favorite games of all time, is because really the sequel, it lacked. The first game was made by BioWare, one of my very favorite developers out there. The second game was not made by BioWare. It was made by Obsidian Entertainment. And if you ask me, they kind of screwed things up. The first game was much better than the second game. But the first game was definitely my favorite Star Wars game of all time. Definitely one of my favorite RPGs of all time. I'm not sure if it is my favorite, but it's definitely at the very top. The only reason it didn't get higher on the list is because the sequel sucked. But really, it is an awesome game, and if you like RPGs, if you like Star Wars, it's a must play. It's awesome. The story is incredible. Okay, that's number 4. Number 3 is the Super Mario Brothers series, because really, who is more of a video game icon than Mario?
It's me, Mario!
I mean, really. When most people think of video games, one of the images that pops into their head is that little Italian plumber in the red jumpsuit. Okay, I mean, he's a video game icon of epic proportions. That's why he's number 3 on my list. The Super Mario Brothers series has been going since the late 80s. He was one of the first guys out there on the scene, and he's still going strong today, even on the Wii console, okay? I don't own a Wii, but I've played just about every other Mario game up until the Wii came out. It's a classic platformers. They're all classic platforming games. I'm not that much into platforming, but still, you gotta appreciate Mario. I mean, he's too iconic, really, to just leave him off the list. So he's number 3 on my top 5 video game series of all time. Number 2 is the Metal Gear Solid series. Now, this is definitely one of the best series of all time. There's 4 games in the series. It's one big story. And it's really it's like a movie-like experience. When you're playing through these games, it's a great game experience, but it almost feels like you're playing a really well-written movie, if you ask me. The graphics and visuals are all amazing. Even back on PlayStation 1, the gameplay graphics The gameplay graphics weren't that great on PlayStation 1, but the cutscenes are all amazing, of course. And then PlayStation 2 really brought up the graphics even in gameplay. And then PlayStation 3 with Metal Gear Solid 4, that was one of those gaming experiences that will just blow you away. I mean, it's that good.
Hold it, Snake. Time to change the disc. I know, it's a pain. But you need to swap disc 1 for disc 2. You see the disc labeled 2?
No.
Huh? Oh, wait. We're on PlayStation 3. It's a Blu-ray disc. Dual layered, too. No need to swap.
Damn it, Otacon! Get a grip!
Yeah, what an age we live in, huh, Snake? Wonder what they'll think of next.
I would definitely say, well, whereas the first 3 games were more all about stealth and espionage, with Metal Gear Solid 4, it really kind of encouraged you to break away from the stealth a little bit more and kind of get more into the war and the shooting and all that. I would say Metal Gear Solid 4 is definitely one of the best shooters for the modern consoles. It definitely has a lot of long cutscenes. If you're not into story, then you're probably not going to like this series. But personally, I love a good story when I'm playing a video game, okay? Story is like the main thing for me, so it's got to have a good story. That's why it's number 2 on my list, because it has probably one of the best video game stories out there. Number 1 on my list is the Grand Theft Auto series. Now, although the first game and the second game really, they weren't much. I mean, most people out there have not even played the first game or the second game, but the third game really revolutionized gaming as we know it today. I mean, Grand Theft Auto 3 for the PlayStation 2 was a game that really allowed you to explore an open world in a way you hadn't been able to before that. It allows you to steal literally any car within the game, which is a very wide variety of vehicles. It allows you to kill anyone in the game. It allows you to do whatever you want. You're not like on a linear path where you just have to do this mission, and then you have to go directly to this mission, then you have to go directly to this mission. You don't have to do that. You don't even have to do missions if you don't want to do missions. It's completely free roam. It was the first game to really be a true free roam game like that. And that's why the Grand Theft Auto series really revolutionized gaming. All the Grand Theft Auto games, they have really fun missions. They're just fun to play. I mean, the weapons are awesome, obviously. You can use rocket launchers to blow up cars. How awesome is that? In the PlayStation 2 games, you could even have a tank to blow up stuff. That was so awesome. The Grand Theft Auto 4 for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, that one, it's a bit more lifelike. Like, it doesn't go to the extremes of giving you a tank and stuff, but the graphics more than make up for that. The graphics in Grand Theft Auto 4 probably are the best video game graphics I've seen to date. I don't think anything can really match that in terms of graphics. It's about as good as you can get. It really makes the experience so lifelike. Like, you really feel like you're in New York City. It's Liberty City, but it's really a recreation of New York City. And the story in that game as well is just amazing. And it's just there's no other. I mean, there's other series out there that try to copy what Grand Theft Auto has done, like True Crime, for example. But you can't compete with Grand Theft Auto. It takes what other game series do, and it combines it all into one awesome experience. Like, it combines certain elements from other types of games. It just smashes them all together into the series, and it makes for one awesome gaming experience. And that's why the Grand Theft Auto series is so awesome, because it goes beyond the normal, traditional gaming experience. It takes you above and beyond. It lets you do things that you would never expect to be able to do in a game. That's why it's number 1. And thank you for watching my top 5 this week. And there's going to be another one next week, so look forward to it. I'll see y'all later. Have a good day.